Yeah, this is the group.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of y'all group?
Beyond us.
Beyond Us. That's right. That's right.
Not behind us.
All right, so let's go down. Let's go down and get all the members' names. What's your name?
Stanley.
All right.
Drew J.
Drew J.
All right.
Andrew.
Okay. All right. And Renald.
And Renal. Yeah, so I just want to ask you guys, first of all, how did you feel about the whole 106 in Park experience?
It was
Singing the song.
phenomenal. It was, it was life changing. First time being in the public eye and actually nailing something that we worked on for like about a week, I'd say. I mean, we worked our butts off for that thing.
Yeah, so
And
how
we
long
got-
did it take for y'all to get that song down?
Yeah, roughly a week.
Yeah,
week?
approximately.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
man.
it was something that Renal cooked up
Okay.
at the last minute for us. You know, he actually had it recorded with his voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brian Foster was there and he gave us the parts.
Really?
Remember that?
I don't remember that.
I don't either, but I
Yeah,
think, I
he
vaguely
gave us the
remember
parts.
that.
He was just like, okay. And then, because we were trying to figure out and Renal didn't know how to feed it to us.
I think that's what it might be.
And then Brian happened to be there. I said, do you know how to break it down in parts? He said, yeah. And he said, okay, you go, da. And he was getting everybody parts. We was like, oh, and we had the harmony down. We had the harmony down.
I
It was like,
vaguely remember it. I vaguely
It's
remember
fine.
that.
It's kind of cloudy. I do remember you calling me the day. I remember you called me because we did the interview in August.
Mhm.
Not the interview. We did the little audition.
Right.
Because Mr. What was this guy's name?
Camp.
Daryl Camp. He got
Alright.
us this little interview in August or something like that, and we went. We sung for the guy, and he was like, "All right, cool." And months rolled by, we didn't hear anything about it, so we
Right.
forgot about it. I get a call from Renal in like late January, like last week of January. Yo, listen, they want us to come up there Tuesday for the 106 and 4. I was like, Tuesday? That's like, that was less than a week. Because I don't think
Oh, you're right.
Because when you said Tuesday, that means that it's not like more than 8 days. If it was 3 Tuesdays ago, you say 3 weeks. If it
Right,
was like,
right,
if
right.
it was a Tuesday, you would say next week, today. It was less than 7 days because you said
Yeah,
Tuesday.
right, yeah.
And I think it had to be right before a weekend, like that you said it, because we went to Andrew's house and we started just getting on that song immediately.
what I remember too is that we were told that it's supposed to be within a certain amount of time. Like it was not supposed to be a long song. So Renal cooked that up so that it could be short. And then we had to
Yeah.
actually speed it because we timed it. I don't know if you guys remember timing it.
I remember that.
So we had to say, okay, it had to be within that
You
time.
remember a lot.
Yeah,
right.
and ultimately we got it under that time that we needed. And the funny thing about it is when that other Seventh-day Adventist group went out there to sing,
Blessed Hope.
Blessed Hope, yes, they sang a full song.
Yeah, the black anthem, the national
Black
African
national
American anthem.
Yeah, and they sang a full song. Like, how come they was able to take their time and they sang in their Do You segment, but us, we only had a few seconds? I was like, that was not cool, because I think we would have chose a song where we would have expressed our talent a lot better. All we did was harmonize.
Right.
But
right.
we
you got a
were
little
more than
solo
that.
though.
Well,
You got a little
that was
solo.
something just to let
Yeah,
them know that we
got a
do
little
more
bit.
than just harmony.
Yeah.
But I think that we could have expressed a lot more. But it was something that I still appreciate, even though we only had that little bit. We got to meet Free, and we had created an
Oh,
email.
yeah, free.
Yeah,
I know
Right, we
free.
created an email with beyondus@hotmail.com.
Beyond the 718 at
718, yeah. And we had tons of emails, thousands upon thousands.
worldwide.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it was
goodness.
amazing, man. It was
Sal
amazing.
said that was the biggest show of its kind at the time.
Mhm.
It was the second biggest show. TRL was number
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
Total
true.
Request
But
Live.
think about it though.
Yeah.
You still had
For the urban community,
for
though,
the
for
urban
the black
community,
community.
that was number one. You had
106 in Park
all
was the
over-
show.
all over the
AJ
world
and
was one.
Free, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, no
They
doubt.
were super important.
So let me ask y'all a question, guys. Who is the leader of this group? Is there a leader of this
I don't
group?
know if that was.
Anybody considered the leader of this group?
We just know that Renal was the director basically as far as the song.
There's not harmonies and stuff because we all kind of like wrote together.
He was a
was like
songwriter. And
Yeah, because like
Producer.
sometimes I might have an idea, but
Mhm.
we be like working on the song.
But there was really no leader.
So why did y'all come to that decision that, because most groups have a leader, right? So why did you guys come to that decision? You know, there is no leaders in this group.
Really, it's-
Yeah, I remember that they did voted me one time,
Mm-hmm.
and Renal was saying of all of us, I would be the one to say something out loud if we see something where probably they would, if we were speaking for the group,
Right.
I'm likely the one to be out more outspoken, where these brothers may just be a little passive, and I'll say, but wait, that's what Renal explained it. So they said they kind of voted me that, but we never really lived according to me being a leader by I don't know how we lived, but it was more of if a business decision are going to come together and we discuss, I'm more likely to be the spokesperson.
Yeah.
But I would not say that I was a leader. I think we all were leaders in our own right, and I think we came together as leaders to come up with an idea. I was just a voice.
Yeah, that's dope. So let's talk about it. 106 in Park.
Yes, sir.
You guys about to go on stage. So how did you guys feel before you went
Nervous.
on stage?
Nervous.
What was going through your minds? Like,
Are we gonna maintain the harmony?
I mean, it was.
Let's start at the beginning.
We had to rush this song and try to get
Yeah,
it done.
man.
So I mean, we were nervous.
Yeah, all I remember is Andrew going, yeah.
I had to. That
Yeah.
was my way of being nervous.
Yeah. I remember Desmond checking my nose, our noses, to make sure that we had no boogers.
yeah.
Those things count.
You see any of mine? Okay, do I see that? Andrew, you see yours?
I do not remember that.
Those
I
things
don't
count.
either.
Yeah, and I remember that. I remember we all hugged free, and
Yes, sir.
Renal just kept on saying, till this day, every time I say the word soft,
Mhm.
me and Jenny says, like free? Because of Renal. Renal had caused a staple. She was so, he kept on saying that. She was soft, man. She was soft.
I got it. I think he was on one side because I got to be on the other side. Of the
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I felt the softness.
Yeah.
So she hugged y'all before y'all went out there?
After.
Oh, after.
Yeah, and
Okay,
then
okay.
and we were supposed to shout out is it
DK, Daryl Camp?
Daryl Camp?
Yeah.
But Andrew reminded us. He said, Sean Camp.
No, and then you said you came.
And then I said, oh yeah, I like to give a shout out to Daryl Camp.
She was like, oh, shout outs. Oh, freeze it.
Yeah.
Oh, shout outs.
Oh yeah. She was just like, oh yeah. Shout out. I like to give a shout out to Daryl Camp.
Yeah.
And then because he was like Sean Camp. Oh, Sean Camp. We almost forgot about him. And he said, and Andrew was like Sean
His name
Camp.
is Daryl Camp because Sean Camp played for the Supersonics.
I know. He
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
He said Sean
He
Camp.
said, like friend to him.
I was saying Sean Kemp for the longest too sometimes. Y'all would have to
Yeah, he's
correct
like
me.
Sean Camp.
I thought it was.
Oh man.
And describe what you guys wore. What was the gear? What was the gear?
So we had the academic shirts.
And that was all him.
Alright.
This is all Desmond's doing. Desmond, when it
Okay.
comes to the outfit,
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
all.
you the
yeah,
fat? You
that
the
was all
stylist?
that.
You
He was a
the
fashion-
stylist of the group? There?
yes, he's definitely he
was
was
a
a stylist.
fashion guy.
He was
Yeah.
every time we wore anything
Mm-hmm.
to perform anywhere, it was because Desmond
Yeah.
had selected that for us.
I just remember
Yeah,
we
remember-
were in some store.
Remember
Saida
bringing stuff
was
from
there with
store
us.
and returning.
That was Dr. J's in
We
Brooklyn?
returned it.
You returned it. Well, did I return mine?
Yes, dude. I remember.
Not the academics.
I kept mine.
Not that.
There was another
other
performance
stuff.
we did.
The checkerboard one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I remember that. Yeah.
All right. So
I
y'all.
should say plaid.
Right, yeah.
I got that picture.
So you guys are on stage, doing your thing. How did y'all feel like y'all did, as far as the performance?
I felt proud of it. I felt like it was definitely a good showing. I mean, it wasn't perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but nevertheless, I felt very proud of the group. I'm like, okay, we did a good job.
So what about you, Andrew? How did you feel you did?
I felt like we could have done a different song. Like Stanley said, show our skills a little bit more. As I listen to the song, I can hear that we can do better than this.
Right.
And that's what I really think that it was just kind of rushed, but we got it done. And
Yeah.
What about you, Des? How did you feel
I
about
think
it?
it could have been better, but I was actually proud of it. And also, you have to understand something.
Mhm.
We're in this studio in this little place, right? We're looking at this camera. We knew it was people out there, but we didn't know millions of eyes saw
no,
us.
yeah,
Mhm.
We
yeah,
did,
yeah.
there's so many people that have fallen flat on their face
Yep.
in that, and they've been the laughing stock for that. We was able to go there. We did it. It was
Acapella again. Don't forget.
acapella, no music, no helping us in any of that stuff. Listen, we did a decent job, and people that saw it, they all thought we did a good job.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, you're purists, like all of that note went off. Yeah, okay, so you go up there. It's not that easy. We were able to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Mhm.
truth right there. That's the truth. Yeah.
And what about you, Stan? How did you feel?
Yes. Well, I felt like we executed what we did, like pretty good. I think we did pretty well. But like I said earlier, and Andrew had co-signed that we were much bigger than that, and the world. I wish the world would have got to see that part of us.
Yeah.
I think if they would have seen.
Been a
Hear the
while.
songs that oh my
Oh,
goodness.
been a while.
I agree, it's been a while, and Kill been a while on
Yeah,
dance.
that was
Yeah, been a while. We had a
Yeah.
song called "Been a While,"
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
that song, I think that if we would have had an acapella version for that, I think people would have appreciated it.
Oh my goodness, that one was
Mm,
crazy.
been a while.
So
So
we had quite a few other really dope
Yes,
songs,
we had
too,
some
though.
other songs,
Yeah.
too.
No love that will not let you down.
Yeah, man.
These holding
Yeah, we had some
I have a
nice-
mad amount of them. Like,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I gotta go. Like I said, I was gonna do. Put them in like our own little WhatsApp. Or
Okay.
when I let you guys, when I posted up some of those songs, and I was like, man, we had some stuff, and that's
We
not
did.
even stuff that we had that happened with the computer
Computer.
crash.
yeah.
Mm.
So like Stanley said,
You got a
yeah,
question,
this,
yeah.
yeah, this.
No, I was gonna say something because there's a couple of details that I remember. We were standing on the side of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at the rafters this way.
The
We're
lights
standing
were
over
crazy.
here. Huh?
Mhm.
The lights were hot and stuff. I remember.
Oh yeah, but before we get on the stage,
Okay.
when we
yeah,
were
yeah.
waiting there, and then they were like, "Yo, you guys are going on after Marcus Houston's That Girl," and I remember that. And then that song came
Remember
on,
that?
my heart started to beat a little more.
I don't remember that stuff.
That girl. So, and after we finished, after we did our little stuff, the song that came on after us was, "What Happened to That Boy." Brrr, what happened to that boy? That rap song. So those are the songs that bracketed us. I remember that.
Birdman.
I do remember looking at the video later, like people were vibing with us. They
Mm.
were vibing, and then people that sent us emails, people were touched and inspired by us.
Yes, I do agree with
They were
that.
inspired.
Yeah.
I read
That
a
small
lot of
little
emails.
piece. I don't know what Blessed Hope. Blessed Hope did very well. I don't know what impact they did, even though they did better, a more extravagant song. But was that more inspirational? The African American anthem than a song about, maybe it hit people a different way, because we were getting all kinds of emails like, "Yo, I got goose." This girl said, "Me and my mom was watching and we got goose pimples on." I'm like, "All right,
Right.
I
Mm.
believe them." So
Yeah, I wanted to actually talk about that, like the response from the people right after. Stanley, like, what did you feel about all those emails? Like, did you respond to anybody? Like, did you?
That was our job. We delegated time and to reach out to respond to almost every email. It was almost impossible.
Mhm.
So we didn't get to everyone.
it was over 1,000.
Yeah, it was like, but we were doing it every day. I'm like, I did like 70 today. I did like 100. We were saying that, but we were always trying to put that time. And I was creating folders to put things in, and
Yeah.
I remember that those that we replied to already, and we still got
I
more to
remember you
go.
wanted to start a folder of haters. You like,
Yeah, you
I
said
was
let's
like,
delete that. Yeah.
Don't even respond or even read the haters.
Yes, I remember that.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, haters, of course.
Yeah.
I had some haters.
It comes with the
There wasn't even a lot.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a lot. We had more people that was really enjoying us. But what I didn't realize that when you create an email, it comes with a chat room thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And whoa! And when I pressed that button and it opened it, it was flooded with stuff like, like oh my goodness!
Mm.
And then people say, oh, weren't you the host? I said, oh wow! And then people were just like responding to me. I'm like, oh, I wish you guys was like this was live. This was like live.
Oh,
Like
man.
we were like, if I known this, we would have been like having live conversations with these people.
Can you imagine we did this in the YouTube era and it was on YouTube?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Because we
definitely.
just missed the YouTube era. It came out like 4 years, 3 years later.
Yeah.
And we even on like with social media, social media wasn't even out in 2003. Not
I
like that.
know.
I don't notice
No.
MySpace until 2005. That's when I got into
MySpace.
I
MySpace.
probably was on there like 06, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, like if we had, imagine we had our own page. We had our
On
own page on
Insta,
MySpace,
whatever, yeah.
and then and then Facebook, and then Instagram came out way later, but
Oh, another memory of my reaction when I was at work. I worked at the hospital for special surgery, in Manhattan, New York.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the human resource department, and the lady that was at the front desk, she says, "Weren't you on 106 in Park?" I said, "That was me." She said, "I know it." I'm like, "I saw this dude," and I'm like, "I know this dude. I think that's the dude at my job." And so when I came there, she was just like, "I knew it. I knew it was you." Like, there was a dude that looked exactly like, I was about to tell you that, but you confirmed that is you.
Yeah.
And I think some of you guys said you guys noticed people in the train that was like,
Yeah.
I was walking home in the city. Remember the show aired a couple of days later.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't air the same day.
Right.
I just so happened to be wearing the academic shirt again. So I'm walking across the street in the city, Park Avenue, 28th Street, I remember.
Wow.
Because I'm going home. So,
Mm-hmm.
this dude's walking his dog. He's like, yo, I saw you on TV. I saw you singing on TV. And black people was like, yup, that was you. Yup.
That's him right there.
And of course, family. Like, I had high school friends that hit me up.
Yeah.
That were like people that seen me. They were like my boys in Virginia. Some of my friends. Some people from the church didn't even know I was gonna go. And it's like, yo, what did I see on the TV? I put it on, and I was like, my friend was my brother was like, yo, that looks just like. Wait, that is that. And it was a lot of stuff like that. And people like years later who told me that they saw it. And I recently posted up on Facebook, and people now that I just realized now that they're like, oh, I remember that 20 years. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
A lot of people noticed.
"That's cool."
So y'all felt that instant celebrity?
Yes,
To
it
some
was a
degree, yeah.
shut. It was a
Yeah.
like a small, like a feeling of fame
Yeah.
that we had for that moment. It felt good. It
I mean,
felt good.
for me, it felt doable. It felt more real. Like, we actually accomplished this one thing that we set out to do, and now we've got some more things down the line that we want to go ahead and try to attempt off the success of this thing.
I remember
And so it
you
felt-
saying this, Renal, and this was so key, and it was so, I don't know what we were doing before the show. You said, we just put ourselves on the center stage and didn't have the product ready.
Yeah.
Everybody was waiting for it, but we never prepared ourselves. If we had the product prior to that,
right.
now we could be like, you can find our CD here, and I bet you we would have had sales all
Oh
over the
yeah.
world.
Oh yeah.
If we would have had it set up then,
Yeah.
for them to go on,
Wow.
yes.
Yeah.
And
And then who knows what that
Wow.
was? Because just off of that basic
Never thought
show,
about that
you
way.
had
Wow.
people inviting us to Detroit, Michigan. I remember
Right,
one time,
yeah.
not Detroit, but it was Michigan, Grand Rapids. Then you had the people from the staff of MTV that had us go and perform for the staff.
We killed it.
We did amazing.
We killed
Remember
it.
the song? You didn't know the words, and I was actually. It
Yes.
looked like it was part of the words. I was saying it, he was
Yes.
singing it. I was telling the words. I was like, and then
Yes.
and then yo, I can. We
We
were
killed
so,
it.
What
That may have
song
been.
was that?
It
may
was a
have been our
song you
best.
wrote. It was a song you wrote, and I just learned it.
Yo,
I remember
that would have competed with Been a While. That song.
I remember.
Yes,
that.
it was nice.
I remember that. I remember
We
that.
killed it, and one of the mics went bad.
Didn't you do a mic toss?
That-
Oh,
Yeah, and
that
then
whole
Andrew sang his part and killed it. Yo, we killed it that night, and people was asking for us for autographs.
Yeah, we
I
signed autographs that night.
remember.
We were signing autographs that night.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And Jenny had created this Beyond Us flyer thingy.
Oh,
and-
you did?
Yeah, because they
remember
needed
that.
that. Remember, it was Beyond Us and who we are, and
Yeah,
places
that's
that we
what's
sang. We
up.
sang in
Shouts out to
Washington Park.
I remember
Jenny. Shouts
that.
out to Jenny.
No doubt. Shout out.
That's what's up.
And then people was reading about us, like, oh, like this is Beyond Us. And then
Right,
the
right.
guy introduced us and really said, these guys sang at 106 in Park, and then we sang and we killed it.
Wasn't there like some sort of a sermon or a speech?
Yeah,
that
they
before?
did that too.
I remember something about rocks and prioritizing and something.
Really?
It was something like inspirational.
Yes. There was something
Yeah.
about the David, when David killed, he used the
Yeah,
five
yeah.
stones.
This is
And that stone was special.
MTV.
No, in that place. Then somebody was giving like a speech, and
Oh,
he
wow.
gave a powerful
Yeah.
analogy about the rock, about personifying the rock to be a person, and he was the special rock that killed Goliath and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And that night, I remember we had a standing ovation.
We did a
We-
few songs, you know that.
Yeah, we did like
one.
3 songs.
We did
I
like
thought it was
3.
3. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was 3.
We had a standing ovation,
Yeah.
and we killed every song. Like we made no errors. Even when the mic went dead, we were just like, okay, take this mic.
I'm gonna say we did a great job in there. That was probably our best. In Coney Island we did good too. When the
Oh,
mics,
yeah.
when the whole
Yes,
the system
yeah, I
cut off.
remember that.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
Angelica was there.
Yeah.
And I remember when Angelica had went to Jenny, she was explaining, yo, they killed it. Like the whole thing went dead, like the mic
Yeah.
system, everything, and we still was performing,
Yeah,
and we got the crowd involved. Yo, we killed it.
Felt like the 5 heartbeats, yo.
Yes, I
Yep. That's exactly.
know.
Oh man.
Oh, by the way, in Beyond, in Been a While, when I suggested that you do that ooh, 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 I got that from the 5 Heartbeats. When he does that, when the, oh, is a
Yeah, I know, yeah.
He said, ooh, ooh, ooh.
A
He
quiet
does
boy?
that.
Yeah.
There's a part in there that
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a place that we performed. It was some kind of church.
And they had an organ or something like that.
Yeah, I remember.
And they didn't
what
have
it
a
was.
keyboard.
But we performed at this church. I don't know. It was at night.
Yeah, I
that
remember
was that one. That was the organ.
Yeah.
Oh,
they didn't
and
have
then-
a keyboard, so.
And I remember that I held a long.
I don't play
It
an
still
organ,
kills
yo.
it. Oh, do you guys know our absolute debut? I know it to the day
Wait.
and where it was. Well, I don't know the name of the
Wait.
venue, but I remember the exact day.
Oh, dang, hold on. Was it in another church?
Nope.
Nope.
It wasn't in the
hold on.
church.
Oh, Stan's
Was it my
Hospital.
job?
Stan's Hospital.
Nope.
What was one before that?
One of Stan's peeps was our connect to go and sing there.
I thought
Was it
at
Peppers?
Hospital.
Or like one of those.
No, Brown, who says like
Carl.
Carl Brown got us singing an open mic. And we went up in this
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think we killed that. Did we kill that?
open mic. We did a good job. We sang Been a While.
Yeah.
August 20th, 2000. That's our. That's
Oh, word.
This guy remembers.
Yo,
August 20th.
So that's the one when I was nervous because I didn't have my voice and I wanted to. You were like, in a song, you generally modulate, and I was like, yo, I think I have to bring it down. And you were like, no,
Hey,
I
clip
can't
that
do
thing.
that.
I remember we stepped on it and I started hearing Been a While. You were already playing. I was like, yo, this sounds awesome. I was like, dun, 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 Lord, I know. And it sounds, I was like,
Nels. It
Nels.
was at
It
Nels.
was at Nels.
I remember.
Nels.
I remember.
Yep, it was Nels.
I remember. Nels.
Oh, man.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, we really put in a lot of work. We put in a lot of work. Remember all the songs that we were recording at Andrew's house?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
We was putting in a lot of work. Yeah, we was
Yeah, it
gonna
was
be an
nonstop.
amazing. It would have been, and I think today we would have been at another level.
Oh, if we would have like,
Yeah, if we would have kept it up, it would have
Yeah.
been another level of singing. Our abilities would have been different. The songwriting would have been different. It would have been. Oh man, we'd have been.
Yeah, I mean, the evolution would have just, been consistent year after year. Just the
Because
growth
you
would
have
be
to.
crazy.
If
Yeah.
you continue doing something, and
Yeah.
we're always at the forefront of things, like we would, the songs that we were singing were not old school. We were like
Right.
on the cutting edge of like almost, it was seeming contemporary pop. Like it was getting, like it was
Right,
on
yeah.
the edge of what was happening
Right,
in
right.
the
In the secular world, yeah.
So
The thing what I liked about us is that we were very organized in our rehearsals. We rehearsed a lot.
That's probably because it was fun, too.
Yo, man, and we were just like,
We
let's
had
do it
hunted
again.
college.
Let's
do the
it
concert
again.
again. Do the concert again, right?
Yeah, do the concert. Yes, do the concert. That's exactly. We're like, let's do the concert. We're like, we had like 5-6 songs.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I tell you, man. Beyond Us. For the most part, what I can take away from that is that I've gained brothers for that. I have brothers for life.
Oh, yeah, it's family. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hold on, we're gonna do a part 2 to this because it's 25 minutes long.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a pause on this one.
Nice.
We're gonna come back with part 2.
Nice.